How you doing there, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is obviously my first live show, and as you can see, I'm a bit sick. But one of my mates decided to help me out today to bring a bit of energy. So I'm gonna bring in Wantali, who's a close friend of mine, and we're gonna do the preview to the Man City versus Chelsea game that's being played tomorrow at 8 o'clock. If you have any questions, guys, get involved in the comments. And let's do this. How you doing there, Wantali?
What's happening, Patrick? What's going on, man?
I'm good, man. As you know, I'm not well today, but business has to go on, you know?
True.
Go on.
How you feeling about the final? Are you excited?
A bit nervous now, as always, as this is our first final, so you never know what might happen.
True.
But having you here makes things easier. Obviously, you give the opposition opinion or the neutral opinion, I might say.
I don't know about that, man. How's a Man United fan giving a neutral opinion? But don't worry. I will look at this as impartially possible as I can. You know, I'll give a unbiased analysis.
All right, okay, cool. That would be good. How you doing there, Adam? How you doing? Welcome to the show. Okay, so we're just going to start off with both teams. We're gonna start off with Man City. Man City so far have won the last game against Chelsea. That's in the league. No, not Chelsea. Everton. That's the last game we played. We won it 5-0. It was a very easy game. That's the one Sergio Aguero scored 2 goals. So we're coming into this with a win. But we've faced Chelsea twice against under Thomas Tuchel, and we've lost twice. Do you think that's going to impact the final, they want Tali?
I think it's going to be in some players' heads, definitely, but also Pep is he's made for games like this. You know, he's made for the big games. He's produced the goods on many occasions. You know, so I believe it won't be enough to make your team nervous, because the way you guys play, even if one player is having an off day, the other one is going to compensate. You saw that this season. De Bruyne hasn't really had the best season, but Gundogan has had a very, very good season. He's been banging in the goals. Sterling, the season before, was banging in the goals, but this season is not. Mahrez has taken that. You know, so I think you've got enough players to pick up the mantle and enough winners in your squad to sort of cause Chelsea problems. You know.
Okay. Let me say hi to the guys here. How you doing there, Ray? No, Ray, I'm a bit sick today. So my mate Wantali decided to help me and bring a bit of energy. That's why I'm a bit all over the place today, as you can see. So I'm not in the best, but I still wanted to do this. How you doing there, YSK? Adam again there. There's a message here from Ray. It says those players won't be playing. We made 8 changes for the first game and 9 changes for the second. Ray, that's right. That's why I keep telling everybody that those 2 games we had a different team. But as Wantali said, it doesn't matter for Man City. You know, we have a lot of players out there who can turn up for anybody. If somebody is not doing well, we can always throw someone in. The only disappointing thing today, I don't know if you saw that Wantali, Gundogan came off training injured today.
Oh, really? What injury did he get? What injury is it?
I think it was an injury to the thigh. So that's something big for the game, because you've seen how he's done this season. He's been getting the goals when De Bruyne was injured, and he's been in very good form. I know a few people on Twitter were saying we don't really need Gundogan. I think that's a big mistake, because he gets into defense and helps the DM, and he also helps in attack, and he's good at keeping the ball. I think he's going to be missed. So what do you think yourself on that injury yourself, Wantali?
I just seen it here. Major injury, apparently. Yeah, that's going to be a big miss if he misses the game. I think this game is going to be key in the midfield. You need players like Gundogan in the midfield, to match the energy of Kante, who's going to be a terror in that midfield. He's going to try and control things. So it's definitely a big miss for you guys. I mean, for me, I feel like De Bruyne is a brilliant player, but sometimes it feels like he has to do it all himself. It feels like he has to drift to the right to put in the crosses, or he has to push forward a little bit or drop deep. So I think that the discipline of Gundogan, you're definitely going to miss that a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's a big miss, and then I don't know. For me, I hope it was just a small knock, and maybe it's just something they wanted to go check on him so he can come back. Because if
Yeah,
we don't have him, I think we're gonna miss a lot of power in that midfield. Ray says it does make a small impact losing twice to Chelsea, as it gives them an little extra heart. Okay, that's good, Ray. I think you're right about that, Ray. It does give them a sort of psychological advantage, I think so. But in the interview, when Pep was asked that, he just said, "No, it doesn't. I'm still confident. This is a new game." Um, Again, Ray
yeah.
says Gundo. I heard Gundo is fine. I hope so. We have Man City fan here. How you doing there, Man City fan? Welcome to the live chat. Um, he says, Ray, what? Ray Salam, my mate. Oh, okay, he's giving them greetings.
So give him a greeting.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
there's a lot of people in the comments saying that Gundogan is going to be okay. I mean, if it is a thigh injury, a muscle injury, you want to watch that because it means he might not be able to play 90 minutes.
yeah, true.
So you want to be a little bit careful with that. You don't want to go into a final with one arm tied behind your back. You want to go with a full strength squad that's able to change at any time. So if he is okay, I'd still put him on the bench just for caution, maybe, but it depends on the manager, innit? Depends on the
Yeah,
gaffer.
it also depends on the manager. I don't even know who can come in for him. Why SK says I just hope Pep. Look at that pop. I'm having a bad day. Pep doesn't do something crazy like they staying on Jesus. Would that really be crazy, guys? Let's
Yes,
talk
it
about
would.
it. I know that they're having a bad season, but would that really be that bad having Jesus and Raheem? I know Wantali has got his own personal thoughts about Jesus,
Now,
but
I
I
want, I
wouldn't.
want, to, I want to clear up one of the comments. I think they think I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm not a Liverpool fan, man. I'm a Man United fan. So, and I'm not bitter at all. I like, good teams. When good teams are good, you pay your respects, in it. The rivalry's there, but you got to give props. And what I think, I hope he doesn't put in. No disrespect to Jesus, but you need someone who's going to put teams away because Tuchel is going to sit deep. He's going to be tight at the back. So I know Jesus is good in tight areas, but you need a finisher in there. You need someone who's going to put them away. So you need Mahrez to be on his A game, I think. I also think, yeah, Sterling for this game, you have to gauge it. But again, Sterling's a good player, Depends on what role you give him. He's a good player, so he could be very helpful in creating, you know. I think somebody's talking about Jesus. If you look at the comments, someone's talking about Jesus. He says, what are we saying? He says Jesus at left wing would be all right. Yeah, I mean, he's done a few good cameos there, but I mean, do you want to put square pegs in round holes? That's a square pegs in round holes situation. Has he played there all season? No, he's played there in a few games. So in this game, you want the best players, your best players for the best positions and pretty much the best tactics because you're going head to head with another tactician. You get me? So yeah,
Yeah, it's
Patrick, what do
actually
you think?
true because I know he's played at the left for Brazil and for City, and he's done very well. But do we want to put him as a winger in this game? I know we did that against Madrid and it worked, but do you want to do it in this game? It's a final. So we need to play players that belong there. Like Foden has been very good at the left, so I'd rather have Foden there and have Maris at the right hand side. And if we're that desperate, maybe that I don't know. Okay, if we're that desperate at the point where we say, okay, we don't need the first nine anymore, I'd rather have Bernardo Silva and De Bruyne in front of a DM De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva can be helping out, especially Bernardo Silva because of his energy, then maybe Aguero, Jesus, or Ferran Torres, or any of these guys to be down
Yeah.
the middle. There's a comment here says City Fan TV. If Gundo doesn't play, then Foden at CM with Fernandinho and Benny and Jesus, De Bruyne, Maris. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
That's
Not,
actually
not
a
too
good
bad.
shout. Yeah,
It's
good
not too
shout
bad.
there. So we were just looking at the stats here. Apparently, how many times has Tuchel played
So
Pep?
Tuchel and Pep have played each other 7 times, right? In which Pep has won 4 of those head-to-head battles. Tuchel's won 2, and there's been 1 draw, basically. So
Wow.
the odds are already on your side. But I wouldn't, I wouldn't look at that stat and think, okay, we're going to win this game, because as we saw from the final, the one that we just bottled, that Europa League final, if you come prepared and you control the game, you win the final, and Unai, good evening, Emery, he set up his team. I'm afraid to say he set up his team so well that United couldn't break him down. So guys, don't underestimate Tuchel. He will have studied your team. He will have studied how you play, and there's a comment there as well. If you just bring it up from City Fan TV, Patrick.
Yeah, give me a minute.
Just bring that comment up. So basically, he's saying the other one after that.
Wait, the last one. Yeah.
That one, yeah. So he's saying, look, Tuchel has won his last 2 head-to-head in the last month. You get me? So he's going to be going into this relishing it, because he knows he's already in Pep's head. And sometimes when Pep goes head-to-head with somebody who's outwitted him, he thinks too much. He overthinks the game, changes the tactics too soon or something like that. But I still think, I still think that you've got enough to beat this team. I think, Chelsea are coming into this with, a terrible run of form. They haven't really played well in the last 2 to 3 games, but you never know. It's a final, great leveler, as they say. They could show up.
Yeah, that's what I keep saying to people, that these whole stats we have, stats are lovely. Like stats, you can be happy. Oh, somebody has better goals, somebody has won, somebody did this in the last match. But when you go into this game, it's you versus me. We're both on the pitch. It's fresh, man to man. You know what I mean? So all these stats will sound lovely. That Pep has done this, Tuchel has done this. But when they get on the pitch, this is a final. You have to remember, this is a final. A lot of people on Twitter keep telling me that, the pressure is on City. No, the pressure is on everybody. I don't think in the Chelsea camp they're sitting there and say, the pressure is on City, so we're not under pressure. Nah. Everybody has to win this. This is a big trophy. This is a Champions League final. It's not, I'm sorry, excuse me, it's not a charity shield. Charity shield final. It's not one of those charity shields we win. So this is a serious business here. There's a comment here. Ferran Torres is the first choice as a false 9 if someone is injured, or just play Aguero. Okay, that's good. YSK, I think that's right. Ferran Torres has actually been scoring a lot of goals in the Champions League. You're right about that. Okay, so guys, look, I'm gonna read your comments in a minute, but we're gonna move on to the lineups. And since our friend Wantali is not a City fan, he's going to represent the Chelsea side. So, Wantali, what have you found out about Chelsea? How do they set up usually?
This is a provisional setup, guys. So I think this might be the way that they set up. I'm just going to take that. If you take that comment off, please. Okay. There you go. I think this might be the way they set up. Maybe less Christensen, but as you know, Tuchel loves the back 3, and he loves his wing backs bombing forward. I reckon maybe Chilwell's position. Maybe he might put Alonso for the experience. I don't know. It depends on who you put on that side. If you put Sterling on that side, I think Chilwell will start. But I think if you put someone like Mahrez, then maybe Alonso. I think the danger man for this game is going to be Mason Mount. I wouldn't. I know Werner has been in, hasn't been in great form, but I think Werner will be looking for Mason Mount at every chance that he gets. So I'd say he's the danger man. But they will get into this game to deal with the pockets. It's going to be a game that's going to be won and lost in certain pockets. If you look at Bernardo Silva and Gudogan, if they play, you're going to see, a lot of players surrounding these two. So you're going to see probably Kante and Jorginho playing a little bit close to Gudogan and Silva, while Mount and Mahrez are going to press your fullbacks or even contain your fullbacks, maybe tuck in a little bit to contain them, This is where the danger area is going to be. So those little pockets that is where they're going to try and stop you, I reckon. And obviously their defensive line is going to be a little bit deep, just a little bit deep, just in case you get those balls in behind. That's what I reckon he's going to do.
Yeah, for me, the danger man is actually, I know that Mount has got the highest goals created, chances created, but for me, I'm more scared of Werner. I know Werner has been missing, but if you look at the recent games, his runs in behind are amazing. He's very dangerous and he's very pacey.
Yeah.
I know he misses a lot of chances, but he also looks like he makes some chances too. He's given a few assists in recent times, and somehow I know he misses, but he finds himself in places where he has to score. So he knows how to position himself. So you can see the game against Everton. We struggled against Richarlison as soon as they get the ball in behind. We saw in that game that Diaz struggles with pace. We saw in that game that Dominic Calvin-Lewin was even giving our defense trouble as soon as the ball is played above the defenders. So I don't know if Pep has studied this and known that Chelsea are a counter-attacking team. They will sit back, soak up the pressure, and then hit you on the counter. And if our line is high, I think they will cause us trouble, especially Werner. And somebody who's also caused us trouble in the two games is Hakim Ziyech. He scored twice against us from long range shots, by the way. So he does know how to pick the corners against us. So you see, for me, it's going to be complicated. As you said, Kante and Jorginho are going to be all over our midfield. And knowing Kante, that means they've got 12 people.
Yeah.
Because that man can run for days. Even Foden in his interview said, the toughest guy I've gone against is Kante.
Yeah,
so he's going to be key. I know there were rumors saying he's injured. Him and Mendy are injured.
Oh, really?
But so far, I haven't seen any confirmation. I'm pretty sure they've trained today. So I don't think there's any injuries from their side anyway. So I'm going to bring the lineup from one of the guys on Twitter. Is it V Citizen? V Citizen made the lineup for me. That's the lineup I'm going to be using. Shout out to you and thanks. Just bear with me for a minute.
Just got news from Sky Sports. Kante and Edward Mendy are fit. Literally just breaking right now, so they're fit.
Yeah, as I told you, I thought they were just playing. I think they were playing. It was just mind games. I think both of them are fit to play this. So I knew it. At the end of the day, I knew it. It was one of those mind game situations where you play around with the opponent and try to get one over them. So that's all they were trying to do. Okay, so I'm gonna bring up the lineup for Chelsea.
Yeah, sure.
No, for City. Oh my God, I'm having a horrible day today, ain't I? Very horrible day.
I think when it comes to pace, Pep's probably gonna have Walker tracking down whoever is going to be going in behind your defenders, because he can make up that pace. I think of the game we had with you at the Etihad, I believe. It was Walker who was just stopping Rashford, or he would stop whoever's coming out at your defense with pace. If Diaz and Stones have pushed forward, but I think at the very least it would be Stones covering Diaz with his pace. And Fernandinho, maybe at some points he would drop a little bit when the fullbacks go forward. So you drop in between the center backs where you're going to have 3 at the back instead of 2. That's possible as well,
Yeah, that's actually good because majority of the time, Zinchenko always joins the DM in midfield, so he
Mm,
tucks in. Or so I'm pretty sure it's going to be Stones, Diaz. Obviously, Diaz is going to be on the position where Stones is because Diaz always plays to the left. But it'll be Diaz, Stones, and Walker. And Walker obviously will have to sit back more and not go forward, bomb forward. Having Bernardo Silva will be great because he can also
mm,
track back and help, and he'll try to break those counters and also help Fernandinho. Unfortunately, this lineup was made before Gundogan left the pitch this morning in training, and everybody says on Twitter they're saying he's fine. So hopefully he's fine. So I'm going to pretend as if we never saw that video of him walking off the pitch and he's fine.
so,
So
quick question. Sorry, if
mm,
Gundogan doesn't play, who takes his place? Who do you reckon is going to take his place? Are they going to put De Bruyne there and then maybe Foden as a false nine, and then what you say, Jesus as a left wing, or Jesus in the middle,
okay,
or
if I
Ferran?
would be more clear, and I think looking at somebody who's performed in the Champions League, somebody like Ferran Torres, who's scored a lot of goals in the Champions League, I would have the same back line,
Mm,
Fernandinho. Then where Gundogan is, I would have De Bruyne and Silva next to Fernandinho. So that's the midfield three of
mm,
De Bruyne, Fernandinho, and Bernardo Silva. In the front, I'd still have Foden to the left. Down the middle, I'd have Ferran Torres. Then I'll have Mares at the right hand side. I think that would be a very good lineup to be enough and good enough to do the job. I think so.
mm,
If not, Aguero has scored in the games he's played recently. He scored against Everton. He scored a
mm.
very good goal against Newcastle. What do we say? Maybe we throw him in there. Wouldn't
It's
do
a
any harm, would it?
No, it wouldn't. He's a talisman, but I think Pep is shying away from this playing number nine because he's trying to give defenders problems. You know, you've heard a lot of defenders, especially in the commentary, going, "Look, when you don't have a fixed center forward, to mark, it's difficult for defenders. Defenders have a nightmare. They don't know where to be or who to expect. So." I doubt that Aguero will start. Maybe he'll have a part to play, but I doubt Pep's going to go for that.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. But you wouldn't know. As I said, after the few games he's been scoring, he looks sharp, and he said it himself. If you throw me in there, I'll give you 100%. Obviously, everybody would say that to play in the final. But Ferran
mm,
Torres would be a very good shout because with the energy, the pressing, and he can actually play force nine. So that should be great. So that's the lineup anyway. I don't know anybody in the comments if you feel anything that maybe there's a better lineup you can throw in. There's a comment here from YSK saying exactly Ford and Amaris on the wings. No, Medina with that. That's a good shout. Um,
so
another big. Do you want to read that for me? Since my voice is just going low and low as I read
It's
there.
City Fan TV. He says, what is he saying? Then Sterling, left wing, KDB or Foden as a false nine, Mahrez as a right winger, Fernandinho and Bernardo in midfield with either Foden or KDB. You can't.
Would you,
Well,
would
okay,
you
yeah.
want guys? Would you want to stay in this game after all the freezing in front of goal and bad form he's had? Like, would you really want him in a final?
I think you want your best players in the game. You do, but I wouldn't put Sterling, as a starter. I'd probably get him on after, see how Foden gets on, and then probably get him on a little bit later because Foden might potentially go against Aspilicueta, and Aspilicueta is very smart about where to be in the right time, right position. It's going to take Foden a lot of effort to get through Aspilicueta. But then Sterling is a little bit slippery. He's a bit quicker, so he can catch Aspilicueta on the pace, on the counter and stuff like that. So I would say first start with Foden. And if Foden is not doing too well, you get Sterling on. I would say.
Okay, that's fair, shot. There's a bit of a dig here for you. Looks like Ray from City Fan TV is after you today again.
What did he say? Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Nah, it's cool, man. Don't worry. We still got the bigger fan base. He had to get me to come on. You know what I mean?
uh,
Oh man.
there's a comment here from Robert. How you doing, Robert? Welcome again to the live stream.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm going to close it for now. As I said, I'm not really having a great day. I'm a bit sick. Sorry about that. But as I said, my friend Wantari was good enough to come on and help me out. So Wantari, how do you think
Yeah.
the game is going to go? What's your prediction?
It's going to be a very, very tight game. It's going to be very tight, but I think City will edge it 2-1. If not, it's going to penalties and Chelsea will take it. But I think City have got enough to beat this team, so should be
Yeah,
interesting.
you're right about that. Um, I wouldn't give us any hope if it
Mm,
goes to penalties. I'm sorry,
mm,
we're very horrible at pens. We're very
mm.
horrible at pens. If you think that whatever happened between Man United and Villarreal will happen against City and Chelsea, nah, ours will be short. Sorry
Oh
to
wow.
say this, but we were very bad on pens, and I hope we are practicing. I saw a video of Edison. Apparently, out of 11 penalties, Edison scored 10.
Wow.
That's how good he is.
Wow.
So obviously,
You know what? Let's talk. Let's swap keepers. Yeah, you all want De Gea. De Gea is a good keeper. You know, very good keeper. It's just penalties. Yeah. Nah, I'm kidding, man. I'm kidding. I'd keep De Gea. You know, but Henderson is a very good keeper, and if he's been doing that, best believe he'll level up to this one as well. You know, there's something about Edison, Allison. You know, these players they build themselves up for the big game. So yeah, I'd say yeah.
yeah, hopefully. For me, I feel we're gonna win this 3-1. there's just something telling me that we're gonna win this 3-1.
That's a big shot.
I think it's going to be 1-1 the first half. Then I think we'll have enough to finish them off. Obviously, somebody's gonna clock this somewhere and keep it for later and show me later. But look, I'm feeling confident in my team. I think we're gonna win this 3-1. Hopefully, we do. Here's another report from Ray. Just seen a report that Gundo is out. So yeah, Gundo is out. That's a very big blow for us.
Big loss
And
for City. Yeah.
you can also see YSK says, why do I have a bad feeling that Pep is going to play with the double pivot? I also have that feeling. If we have Gundo missing, the nearest guy who can keep the ball very well is Rodri. I bet it's going to be Fernandinho Rodri.
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh, no.
This is a bad day. Gundogan, why did you get injured today? Obviously, we knew that from the last game he was injured, but he did say he was very good, and he said he felt good in the knees, and there was nothing. But as I said, when it's the final, a lot of players can say a lot of stuff because everybody wants to play. Adam said Gundo is okay. Yeah, he did, but now Ray says the report says not. So anyway, guys, thank you for coming on. Wantali, and thank you for coming on live, guys. Ray, everybody, OSK, Adam, Robert, and everybody who was watching us live. I hope we win tomorrow, to be honest, because if we don't win, you guys are not going to see me anyway. I'll be hiding.
I'm going to come back live on this channel and make some noise, bro. You think I made noise now? I ain't made no noise yet. I'm going to come back. You know, I've seen the comments. There's some guy saying how my Villarreal shirt is. It's lovely. Thank you very much. I love yellow. Yellow's a good color, but not blue.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
I hate both the teams.
Look, you see, you guys, you're making fun of him now. When we lose, he's going to go after me because you guys will be hiding, but he's going to go after me now.
I'm coming after y'all, all of y'all coming after.
Yeah.
Anyway,
look, man, I appreciate it, Wantali. Without you, I don't think I was going to do this, as I'm not feeling well. I'm going to go back to bed now. Thank you to all you guys, obviously, for coming on too. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel, and share, like the vid, watch this video again, and obviously see most of my mistakes. Till next time, guys. Bye.
Hey guys, nice one. Safe.